Hey, welcome to Pen Talk number 15. I know it's been a while since I have recorded anything or posted anything for my writing stuff. I've been doing my weekly knitting podcasts, every week, but I haven't just had a lot of writing stuff to share. But I figured, I've been working for like 3 weeks now, and so I figured I might as well make a video. So basically, this is probably going to be very short. I figured I'd just recap the past 3 weeks of work for anyone who cares about my personal life and talk a little bit about what I've been using at work, because I think some of you might be disappointed. So if you don't remember, I am now working at the university. I started on January 4th, so it's been 3 weeks, and I have a snow day today. I'm recording this on Monday, January 25th, and we are still here in Richmond recovering from the snowpocalypse that hit us. So we had a very long weekend this weekend. We got Friday off and now have Monday off as well. It stopped snowing on Saturday, but the city is so poorly equipped to handle the snow that they're still trying to get everything plowed and cleared. So I actually walked up to campus earlier today, and it was probably a good thing because there's just still snow everywhere. But yeah, so I've been working. Most of what my job has been so far has been just trying to prepare for the semester to start, which it did last week. Last week was the first week of the semester. And I think I've mentioned this before, but my job is I basically am dealing with the labs. So for the undergraduate physics labs, I set them up, I take all the equipment down, I manage all the equipment, I am in charge of all of the laboratory manuals and everything like that. And then I'm also teaching a couple of lab sections, two for the upper level labs and then one lower level lab. So, but labs don't start until the second week of classes, so that's this week. So I've mostly just been doing preparatory work, getting the manuals updated and ready, making some changes that I want to implement probably over the summer or in the fall, getting to know where all the equipment is and getting all of that organized. So it hasn't been super busy yet, but it definitely has, I guess, been better than just hitting the ground and having to sprint right out of the gate. So yeah, so I thought I'd talk a little bit about what I've been using, and I don't think I have used a fountain pen pretty much since I started work, other than writing in my Hobonichi. I've been using my Hobonichi kind of every day to write a little journal entry before I go to bed. And this is not what I had intended, but it's just not working well for carrying with me all the time. And so I've just been writing a little bit. I've been trying to write a little bit before I go to bed each night, just kind of a little recap of the day. And then I do use fountain pen. But during my daily life, I have not been using fountain pens since I started work. And it's not been conducive to that. So what have I been using? I have actually been doing a lot of stuff. I'm trying to think of what the right word is. I've been doing a lot digitally, which some of you guys might be disappointed in me for that, but it's what's working for me right now. I've been actually using Evernote quite a bit to keep daily logs of what I, kind of when I get in and stuff at work, and what I do, and when I leave, just keeping track of my hours and what I'm doing each day, so that then I can look back and have a nice concise record of what I'm doing each day. I use Evernote to keep track of photos of any parts that I maybe swap out between different equipment setups or anything that I might need to remember far in the future. I use it to keep track of my materials that I am using for teaching, reference materials and stuff. So it's just turning out to be a really good platform for that. And of course, I wouldn't do everything on there, but for me, it's working out well because to have all of this stuff in one kind of notebook or something would be just chaos. It would be awful. I know there's some people who can do that in a bullet journal setup. I can't. And to have separate notebooks for each thing would just be really cumbersome. So for me, it works really well to have it digital, and I just have the page pulled up on my computer in my office all day, and I just make my little log entries as I go along. And then any pictures or anything, I take a picture with my phone and upload it straight to there. So it's been working pretty well for me. And on the digital front, I've actually kind of stopped using a calendar as well, and I've been using, again, the calendar on my phone. Because what I mostly need a calendar for is keeping track of, I mean, during the day, I keep track of like when I need to be doing different things, like when I need to be doing different lab setups, because that's very time sensitive. Because I have to, take down the previous lab and then get the next one set up before the next week starts up again, and I can't, of course, have them all in the same time frame. So I have those kind of staggered throughout the week. So my phone keeps track of that, and it actually just came up and told me that I'm supposed to be doing that right now. But of course, the university's closed today. So I use it for that, and that's through my Google Calendar associated with my work email. And then on my personal calendar, I keep track of like when my bills are due, and then I have it set up to remind me like a week ahead of time so that I have a reminder to pay my bills. So that's been nice because it just means that I don't have to think about it. I know that my phone's going to remind me, and I don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, do I have to pay that today? No, my phone will remind me. So that's been really nice. So I've kind of stopped using any kind of like a paper calendar as well. We'll see how long this works for me, but I'd like to, really be able to get the confidence to just rely on one thing to remind me so that I don't have to spend time thinking about it, because the more time I have that on my brain, the less I can devote energy to other things. So that's kind of what I've been doing digitally. And then in terms of paper, what I've been using is, one of them has been, I've been using a Field Notes as kind of my day-to-day notebook. And this one is a Massachusetts County Fair that was sent to me by Deirdre of the Weekly Pencil, and I'll make sure to link her blog down below. I love her stuff, and it totally made me think, she's from Massachusetts, or she lives in Massachusetts, and it totally made me realize that I should get some Virginia ones and send them out with like packages and stuff, because I'm doing some giveaways for like my knitting stuff, and so I should send out like little Virginia Field Notes, and that'd be super cute. Also, I love the County Fair Field Notes. I love the texture of the cover. I love everything about them. I like the cool facts on the back. I love them. Anyway, so I've been using this, and I just passed the middle of the notebook. This was the middle of the notebook. Everything's falling out, and I am one page past that. So maybe when this is done, I'll do a flip through to kind of show you guys what's in it. But I started this, I think, my second day of work. And I was keeping track of like some lab setups that I was running through. I've been keeping track of, daily to-do lists, or things that need to get fixed, or things that I wanted to change, like what rooms things were in, just little things like that. This middle page actually was a flowchart of knitting stuff, talking about when should you keep going with a project versus when should you maybe call it quits and start over. So this has just been kind of my catch-all, and I've been writing in here with all kinds of different things. Frequently I've been using, well, lately basically all I've been using has been either pencils or the Pilot Juice. And this one happens to be a Story Supply Co. pencil because that's what I grabbed this morning. But it's not the same pencil every day. I took about a handful of pencils into my desk at work, and I plopped them in a mug, and so I just grab one out of there each day. And then I have a couple of Pilot Juice that I have been using. I have this one, which is gray, which actually looks a lot like pencil. And then I have one in, I think the color is violet, and then I have the coffee brown one in my Tactile Turn. So I've been using a couple of different Pilot Juices as well. But in terms of like writing instruments, I just, I've been using a Field Notes, and then I've been using a composition book. So fountain pens, not gonna work so well in here. And sure, I could mess around with it and try and make it work, but I just don't want to. What I've been finding at work, especially with this guy, is I need fast deployment of my writing instrument. So, it means I either need a clicky pen, which of course I have a vanishing point, but I don't really want to be bringing that around and risk dropping it or something. If I break one of these, I'm out $1.65. I break my vanishing point, I'm out $100+. So I'd much rather be lugging one of these things around while I'm, sorting through shelves and things. But typically what I'll do is I'll just take one of the pencils on my desk, stick it behind my ear, and of course I'm not usually wearing glasses, but then it's right there for whenever I need it. I write, and then I stick it back up there. So that's been working really well for me. So usually in here I've been writing with just whatever pencil I pick up for the day. And then this guy I've been using it for running through labs that I'm going to be teaching. Because one of the classes I'm going to be teaching is one of the labs I'm teaching is the modern physics lab. So they're doing a lot of like quantum effect kind of labs. So like they do a photoelectric effect lab, they do a Millikan oil drop lab, which I may or may not have in here. But they do a lot of labs like that. And so they have to keep a lab manual. And so I was running through all of the experiments and kind of writing them down as if I were a student doing them. So in here, I've been using the Pilot Juice because one of the rules is that they have to write their lab manual in pen, not pencil. So I've been using a Pilot Juice in here so that they can see that even I'm doing it in pen. And I just didn't want to risk like smearing or having ghosting or anything in here. So I've been writing on this and taping things in here and stuff. And this is not the greatest quality paper, so that's why I've been using a Pilot Juice. And yeah, it's been working. I've still been using my little brass bullet sharpener, which I love, except when I can't find it because it's so small that it falls to like the bottom of my bag or something. So sometimes it'll get like wedged under a little bit of fabric and then I can't find it, which is super annoying. But I have this one and I have another one that like I leave on my desk on campus, and yeah, it's been working out pretty good. You know, I think, you know, our lives change, our situations change, and we have to adapt what we use to those circumstances. So, you know, did I ever really see myself as being one of those people who'd be using Evernote a lot and relying on a digital calendar? No, but now I am. You know, like I said, I haven't used fountain pens in quite a while, and I'm kind of okay with that. I'm kind of enjoying using pencils and using the Pilot Juice. I've said this before, but you know, I think had I found the Pilot Juice before I got into fountain pens, I never would have gotten into fountain pens because this is pretty much my perfect pen. You know, it comes in a lot of colors, it writes really smoothly and nicely, very reliable, permanent. I have no problems with it. So, you know, why wouldn't I enjoy using one of my favorite pens? And right now I'm not doing that much writing, and so I just don't have room to work anything else into that on a daily basis. Like I said, teaching starts this week, so that means grading starts this week. So I'm sure that as soon as I have lab notebooks that I'm grading, I'll have one of my fountain pens filled up with a fun color to grade in. But it just looks like right now, you know, for the immediate future, fountain pens are just not going to be my main users, and that's okay with me. So what does that mean upcoming? That means that I am still going to be trying to do videos. I'd like to make these Pen Talk videos more regular than they've been and have kind of more like better defined content, I guess, but I'm not really sure what that's going to look like. But that's something that I'm going to have percolating around in my brain. I also want to be putting out more content in general for the writing stuff, and so, you know, it takes a long time to like film a review, write up a review, and do all of that. But something that I thought might be kind of fun is, because typically what I do is I pick up a pencil from my desk and I write with the same pencil all day. So what I kind of was playing around with was doing some sort of just a short little review that would, you know, kind of just be a one-day review. You know, what do I think about this pencil or this pen after using it all day for one day? And doing something like that. So if people are interested in that, then I think maybe that'll be something that I do. I can kind of do them throughout the week and build it up and then post those through the next week. And I think that would be kind of fun. So, you know, just do something, either a page in a field notes or like a 3x5 index card, something like that. And just kind of, you know, do some quick and dirty reviews that way, because you know, there's a lot, especially with like pencils or something, like there's a lot that you can learn about it just in a day. It's not like it's going to get any different the next day. So yeah, let me know if that'd be something you guys would be interested in seeing. And I think that's going to be it for me today. Like I said, you know, once teaching starts, I'm sure things are going to change a little bit, and I'll definitely, you know, be back to using my fountain pens and stuff, but sometimes things change, and I'm not so sad about this change. For me, I'm more interested in getting things done rather than how they get done. You know, that's something I've also been giving a lot of thought to is productivity and kind of how do you create the most productive system. So maybe once I have those thoughts better organized, I'll chit chat about them. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today, and I will see you guys later. Bye.